Welcome to the Pearls of Wisdom podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Hello, everyone. This is Guy with Jewelry Store Marketers, and we have another episode of the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry podcast. And today we have Dustin and Donny Basch of Don Basch Jewelers in Macedonia, Ohio. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us here.
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. Because I know just recently, I guess at the end of April, Southern Jewelry News did a story on you guys about your new dream store in Macedonia, which looks amazing, by the way. I love that big circle part there. How's the new store treating you guys and your customers?
Well, I think, first of all, we were kind of in the need of a refresh to begin with. I wouldn't say our store was, stuck in the 70s or 80s, but we were definitely stuck in the 90s, late 90s. So it was definitely time for a refresh. And the customers' reactions when they walk in is it's priceless.
Wow. Is the store is still in the same location, just got a refresh? Is that true?
So we actually built from the ground up. So we were in 2 strip plazas prior to this, and then now we built our own freestanding store.
Fantastic. Great. It looks amazing. Anybody listening to this, check out their website or check out Southern Jewelry News and look for Don Basch Jewelers. But beautiful location. And then there was also a special feature in the store. Could you talk about that special feature? I think you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. So the store, even though it's only maybe 100 yards from where we were before, was a vision of our families for a very long time. And my mother was Denise Basch, was a big driving force in this in this project. And, unfortunately, she didn't get to see it to the end of the line. But, she's definitely, checking it out from above. And we have a couple of special places, in the store that remember her and our family. Just a very, very special kind of surreal type thing. We can kind of, feel her throughout the day here, watching over us. But, hopefully we did it how she would want it and made her proud, and knock on wood, everything has been going great.
Yeah, well, in from the pictures I'm looking at, it looks like a nice section dedicated for Denise Anne Boutique.
So we put it Denise Anne Diamond Boutique. We've had the line prior to her passing. We've had our Denise Anne Diamond. It's been in the works probably 15, almost 20 years. But just with what transpired, making that section extra special so the customers know when they go there, they're basically getting a little piece of our family. So, it's a great little carved out section there. All white displays, totally different than the rest of the store. So it's much, much different, and they know that what they're getting is very special.
That's awesome. It does look amazing. And when did you actually open the doors for the new store?
So we opened the doors July of last year. I believe it was July 11th, if I'm not mistaken. We took the long week there of 4th of July, kind of closed that week to then tie everything together, and then opened up at our normal business hours on that Tuesday. So,
wow, yep, looks great. Congratulations to you guys. Your dad Don has basically did he start the business way back when? Is that how it came about?
Yeah. So that him and Mom actually started out of the basement of the house. He came home one day from working at a company in the area here, doing welding, and just happened to be pretty handy with the torch, and decided, hey, I want to do this jewelry thing, and they took their, I don't know if you remember or not, but they're the Zenith televisions, and pulled the guts out of that and made it into his first bench, and started to service. He used to service over 100 jewelry stores, out of the basement of the house, until Mom said she wasn't moving again, and as the business grew, and took a little retail space, and then 45 years in August later, here we are.
Wow, that's awesome story. Is your dad still working the business with you guys?
Yep. Yes. He's here. We were in the process of succession planning.
Yep.
But he really loves what he does, and doesn't want to ever totally have nothing to do. But we're starting to slow him down a little bit.
Okay. Yep. That's awesome. I can imagine somebody that's put so much passion and hard work into it that, he wants to be involved, but I bet him pretty awesome to have his family, like you guys, and I think there's Daniel also involved, according to the article, and that's great. How's it been for you guys to work as a family together to and continue on your dad's work, and how's that been for you guys?
It's been fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that every day's a paradise, but we're the type of family that can do what we need to do during the day, and then when we go home and walk out that door, we're still family afterwards. And it also helps that we kind of fall into our own places, within the business. I handle a lot of the sales and diamond and engagement. Dustin handles some sales and HR and advertising, marketing, and then we just keep Danny locked in the room, and everybody's happy. Yeah, actually, so he handles the numbers and inventory, all that good stuff. So we each kind of have our place and responsibilities, which really makes it nice.
Wow, that's great. And looks like you got quite a crew over there with your employees and also the family. But do you guys ever fall back into, I guess, the brothers kind of like beating each other up or goofing off like brothers do?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd hate to say it, it's not family business without it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it keeps it fun and interesting throughout the day. So I mean, it's something that I think is an important part of the business. But stay professional, I would say 90% of the day, and 10% of it, we got to have some fun too. So
sounds good. What do you guys do to break up the day and have fun? What is it that you guys do to do that?
Oh, whether it's just joking around with each other, or the constant I don't know, badgering back and forth, or there's always something that we can razz each other, or
right,
have a laugh about something.
To set up booby traps in Danny's office so that he something goes on. We try to keep it interesting around here.
Oh, nice, perfect. That sounds good. What do you guys do that keeps bringing the customers in? Is it just great service or your good looks?
Obviously service is a huge part of it. But I truly feel like they have to have that connection. They have to know, not that, that something's going to get done, but, promising late, delivering early, all of those things are key components, but finding that connection and feeling like they truly have a friend. I wouldn't say anywhere these days, but you can get good service. It's out there.
Right.
But, what's that exceptional thing that takes you a little bit farther? And, in creating the store, we've set up the stores in a way that they can experience more here at the store, which then kind of takes it above and beyond, hopefully, to then, we have them as customers for life.
We really want to just try to make everybody feel like family. Literally, right around this podcast, I just drove about 20 minutes south here to deliver an engagement ring for a gentleman that's leaving tonight for vacation where he's going to present. And I get down there, and he finds out that he had the wrong ring size. We thought she was a 5, where she's actually a 6. So literally, I came back to hop on here with you. They're going to size the ring, and then I'm going to drive it back down to him. So then, there's not a lot of places out there that can make that happen like that.
That's great. So, it sounds like your dad's passion for making great jewelry, but also taking care of customers has, you guys are right there with him. And what, so you guys have been involved with the business for quite some time now, right?
Yes. So I think I am the youngest age-wise and years of experience, but Donny is going to be celebrating 25 years.
Wow.
Dan will be, I believe, about 18, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll be celebrating 15. So,
wow, congratulations! So, I mean, that's still a bunch of service between the Basch family. That's awesome. Great. What's in the future for Don Basch Jewelers? Anything cool and exciting that you can leak out to us?
I wouldn't say anything cool as exciting as far as location wise. We've gone, to multiple locations, but I truly feel like it's perfecting. And then we really want to start making more things, like I would say more everyday pieces in store. So we're actually manufacturing a little bit more than just custom pieces, although we do a lot of custom pieces.
That's great. How many locations do you have now?
We have just one right now. We are, like I said, we're up to 3 at one point, but as of right now, just one basically mega store.
Perfect. Wow, that's great.
Trying to make a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. Fantastic. With your not only with the family, but with the memory of your mom and Denise, and that's great. I think it's some of the customers newer.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think it's some of the customers remember your mom, Denise, and
oh yeah, absolutely. That's probably one of the best. I shouldn't say those are the best days when someone comes in and tells a little story of what my mom would always say. Is a little bauble. And they would explain, how they got it and why my mom said that they should have it or this, that, or the other thing. And, those are the best. And you can tell that, she really touched them, which then obviously the story touches us. So
sure.
Full circle there.
Wow, that's really amazing. What do you think the best thing? I mean, maybe it's family relationship, but what's the best thing about Don Basch Jewelers?
Well, I honestly think it's us and the people that we have here. Every single one of us would do whatever it takes to make, our guest experience the absolute best. And then we really pride ourselves on, trying to provide the best possible product at the best price. But you can walk in here and see any one of us any day of the week. We're all right here on the front lines, and the fact that we're willing to take the time, I think is a great thing, and really put our people first.
That's great. Is there boy, where was I going with that? I remember I was going to ask you something cool about your store, but it sounds like everything about your store is cool. What I was curious about is, what would you say to a new jeweler or somebody a few years in the business? How could they possibly achieve the success that you could? What would be your advice for them?
My biggest piece of advice is the way that, it's kind of along the jewelry industry line, is a lot of stuff here is still done on a handshake, right? And holding that word. So when it comes to whatever you say, you better make sure you're delivering, because as we all know, that one person the one bad experience tells 10 people, the great experience maybe tells 1 or 2.
Exactly.
So you got to make sure whatever you say, you're holding up your end of the bargain.
Right. Exactly. Definitely, that's true in just about any business, right? Do what you say you're going to do.
Yep.
And that's awesome. The one pearl of wisdom that you replied to us was, be involved, don't take no for an answer, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. Can you kind of elaborate on that a bit?
So I put that in there from a standpoint of, as far as us, it was building, right? So our city is very regulatory on what can be built, what land use things are for. Our property that we bought was only zoned business office, which technically means it could only be 25% retail. We're, probably the exact opposite. We're about 25% office here and 75% retail. So there were a lot of obstacles in order to get where we were today as far as our building. Obviously, the business itself, there were many, many obstacles, but as far as building our own store, and I think the reason you asked us to be here was because of the new store. There was a lot of times where people were like, well, we don't really know, that's that you need a variance or you need this piece of paperwork or this thing. And it was a 2.5-year process of trying to make this building work. I mean, I always tell them guys, I joke around and I was like, I'm done not seeing the city every Tuesday or every Monday, Wednesday for the commission meeting and then the variance meeting on Wednesday. So I'm sure they're thrilled not to see me anymore too, but it seems like pretty much for 2 years I was sitting in every meeting with the building commission and then on Wednesday with applying for variances and things like that.
Right.
So people have to know that if you want to build your own store, you can, but it might take a lot more than what you think it is out there and what's needed to do the job. So
but time and effort.
Yeah. Would you I guess it's not for the faint of heart, but would you recommend a jeweler not, let's say, build their own building and not rent from someone else's space? I mean, has it been very rewarding for you in terms of just about everything that, servicing customers, employees, and everything? What would you?
So to build your own space is really amazing. I mean, it really allows the customer to have a whole new feel for your business and who you are. And I think I talked about it in a little bit in the article. And, I'll say it here is, we are a family business. So I wanted something that looked nice and beautiful, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be what I say is pretentious and, have those customers that we've had for life walk in and be like, wow, I didn't really think that was the Basch family. I wanted it to fit us.
Sure.
And I think having the rustic, I call it rustic charm or however you want to look at it. It has that high end feel, but still has that family feel as well.
Right.
So
I see, if I'm looking at the picture correctly, there's kind of like a bench with a table, like a circle bench with a table. Is any part of like growing up like included in the build?
I would just say more from a standpoint of we come from a big family. There was 5 of us kids. So yeah, we were always told do it once and do it right. So we
do it once, do it right, and work hard and play hard.
Yep, that's it.
Sounds good.
There's a lot of us in the store. That's for sure.
That's fantastic. And do you guys do events that are part of your personality? Like, are you guys into baseball or summer picnics or wine tastings? What is it that you guys do that it's like brings the Basch culture into the store?
So we always grew up a football family.
There you go.
Being in Ohio, football is definitely a part of being an Ohioan, Northeast Ohio.
Right.
So we're huge Browns fans. So there's a nice TV that runs Sports Center pretty much 24/7, 365 in the store. You can see it. I don't want to say you can see it when you walk in, but you can notice it. But then there's a little refreshment area back in the back of the store where people can sit. Today we were doing a few ring sizings while you wait. So they can sit down, have a refreshment, catch up on their sports, and, definitely makes it feel like home or someone's basement, but still have that charm and
sounds good.
First-class feel.
Fantastic. Does this refreshments mean code for something like beer?
That's a little bit of everything. Yeah, let's leave it open to interpretation. Yeah, and open to interpretation. That's for sure.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the store looks amazing. I'm sure it's going to serve the Basch family, family, not just your family, but your employees and your customers well for many years. And it's great to hear about stories of the family coming together to pull off a store like this. It looks great. Your personality and probably what your customers come to expect from your family, and so that's really amazing. Obviously, big kudos to your dad for just and your mom and dad for putting in so much and to the store and creating such a success in the local community. So that's really awesome to see, and nice to see the little Denise Anne Boutique there. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So, we certainly are happy to hear about your store. Is there anything else that anybody should know about your store? What you guys do?
As far as one thing that I know that we enjoy having is we finally put all of our machines on display. So putting all of our casting equipment, we used to hide that in the back in the old store.
Right.
I feel like that's a cool new feature with us. And it just kind of, the customers see it and they're like, oh, what's that? And it kind of starts that almost that little entry there into custom and things like that. So I think that's something cool and interesting for other jewelers to don't hide it's not the prettiest of equipment, but it serves a purpose.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
I love seeing that in jewelry stores where you can see the work. I love watching the work. I get stuck with jewelry making videos and love looking at all that stuff. And I think it is very interesting. And that's awesome that you are put it, glass wall so people can see the work
Yes,
being done.
exactly. Yep.
And it really kind of just more transparency. People could see it. They know you're not sending it out to get it done. You see the actual work being done. So that's great. Well, guys, it sounds like your dad doesn't have to worry about how the store is going to get run in the future, because you guys are taking care of it and bringing keeping the reputation of the Basch family, intact and with all its quirks and everything. And that's awesome. Congratulations to you guys, and
Thank you.
and
Thank you
everybody
so
in the
much.
store and your dad. And well, I know Mom's looking down at you guys saying, good job, guys. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
so anybody listening out there, make sure you give Don Basch Jewelers lots of love. What's the website? It's donbaschjewelers.com, right?
Yes. Yep. Or my DBJ for short.
My DBJ for short. But give them some love. Check out all the social media, like everything, give them follows and so forth. Of course, stop in to Basch Jewelers when you're in the area of Macedonia, Ohio. Dustin, Donny, thank you for kind of sharing the Basch family legacy and continuing it on. We certainly look forward to hearing more about you guys, in Southern Jewelry News, but other places too. So congratulations, and certainly thank you for coming on and sharing what you guys going on over there.
Thank you. We really appreciate you having us.
Yep.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We'll have to catch you guys next time. Maybe we're between a game and a refreshment, we'll call it. A refreshment. But
Yes.
all right. Well, everyone listening, thanks for tuning in. Check out Don Basch Jewelers. Say hello to these guys when you come in, and make sure you check out southernjewelrynews.com and my company, Jewelry Store Marketers. Thank you again. This is Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. For more information about the show, please visit southernjewelrynews.com/podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you can catch the next show. See you then.